Welcome back to the We Need a Rose podcast. I'm your host, Neil, and it's time for us to send help. Most notably, to our co-host, who we haven't seen at all this year. First of all, to our co-host, Marie, who has not been seen since she became obsessed with a certain ice hockey show. We've even had to reassure her and her family she has not been fired. But maybe don't watch that show on a loop for the whole month of January and now February. But don't worry, she's supposed to be due back soon for a Fallout Season 2 spoiler special. And Jose, what can we say about Jose, David?
Nothing good.
Are we disappointed in Jose today?
He's the biggest letdown.
So Jose was supposed to be here for this episode today. And he was like, oh, yeah, guys, I'm going to go and see it after work. I'm going to go and see Send Help. Yeah. And then he didn't.
He did say he was busy at work. But we both know Jose just sleeps in until like the middle of the day and then works until midnight. And the film started at 10. So if he didn't sleep in and got his work done earlier in the morning like a normal person, just saying, Jose.
Shame. Ring the bell of shame. Basically, me and David have lived in the cinema this year. I mean, at time of recording, I have been to 13 films already this year. David, I mean, having a toddler, this is amazing. You're doing so well.
Mate, having a toddler is the reason why I'm in the cinema.
Just before we start recording as well, you told me we might actually need to send help to your house later today.
Yep. What my wife and the kid, one of them's going to be dead by the time we finish recording.
Spoiler alert.
She's been a nightmare, and the kid's not been great either. So.
This brings us on to Sam Raimi's return to horror, Send Help, starring Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien as put-upon office worker Linda Liddle from Strategy and Planning. And she is stranded on a desert island off the coast of Thailand with her massive dickhead of a boss, Bradley, played superbly by O'Brien. From there, we get a battle of wits as we learn early on that Linda is a massive fan of the reality show Survivor, and she is built for the challenge of living on a desert island while Bradley is equipped with, well, nothing. But, crying like a little bitch and being completely emasculated by Linda at every turn. How will it all unfurl? Will Linda go full island crazy? Will Bradley get a redemption arc? Let's dive in, balls head first, into the fluid-filled world of Sam Raimi's Send Help. So, David, your initial short, non-spoiler thought on Send Help.
Oh my God, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. It was the most fun. So it's just a secret screening, a Cineworld secret screening. It was the most enjoyable. And was it the best secret screening I've seen so far? So 2 years worth of secret screenings. For me, I think, it's got to be up there. It was really good fun. Genuinely, I loved it. Really enjoyable experience. And you know what? Everyone in this, no one left. So it was a secret screening, not a screaming. That was a controversy we can get into.
We were trying to figure that out for days online because 2 of the UK cinema chains had it billed as a Scream Unseen, a secret horror film, and our local Cineworld had it billed as a secret screening. And it's always the same film in all the different cinema chains. So we were like, okay, well, it's definitely going to be Send Help, but it's billed as a horror. No, Cineworld listed it as an action comedy, whereas everywhere else had it as a survival horror.
Cineworld messed it up, I think.
Do you know what, though, David? After seeing it, it's all of those things. It is all of them.
Yeah. I think it should have gone down as a secret screaming, though, because there were some quite scary moments in it. And if you're somebody that's like, then it wouldn't have been for you. But the audience, not a single walkout, which is rare for a secret screening. And they were all well into it. Like laughing at the right moments, grossing out at the right moments, proper like, ah! Oh, it's good. It was a good audience. You know, an audience makes a film sometimes, and it made it more enjoyable. Yeah. This is a good audience.
When I saw Fackham Hall at the end of the year, I was so gutted there was like 5 people in there because a big audience like there was for the secret screening, because you saw it in a different place to I did, and I was so annoyed going, if we'd had that size of audience for something like Fackham Hall, an airplane style modern comedy, it would have killed. It would have gone down so well. But no, this was the most fun I've had at the cinema since. Well, actually, only about a month ago when I saw The Bone Temple, because that had an amazing scene that I was like, yes, and cheering at as well. And Send Help was a body fluid soaked anti-rom-com version of Castaway. Great performances from O'Brien and always as McAdams. And yeah, and like you said, as it was a secret screening, we had such a packed cinema. And yeah, in my screening as well, people were laughing loudly. There was a nervous laughter. There was full-on losing their shit laughter. And everyone jumped like motherfuckers with a couple of the jump scares as well, man.
One of them jumped Ben. I went with my friend Ben. Oh my God, he jumped out of the seat. It was the funniest thing.
And you've just now scare shamed Ben on a pod. And we know Ben is a listener as well. So sorry about that, Ben.
He'll be fine with it.
I want to say the script by Damien Shannon and Mark Swift is also a perfect fit for Raimi's directorial style because it's funny, it's horrific, it's gruesome, but it's also really fucking funny. Did we mention it's funny? It's really funny. It's a workplace comedy drama. It's also a horror film. It's gory, it's funny. The tone is all over the place. But usually you'd be like, oh, this is so uneven. I'm not sure how I feel. It works so well for this film because you never know what's going to happen next. Are things going to stay light and fun? Are they going to get dark and murdery? The constant tonal shifts do such a masterful job of keeping us as an audience fully engaged, but they also make for a hugely entertaining film. So let's get on to the good, the bad, and the what the fucks, because there are a few from Sid Halp. David, the good.
Rachel McAdams' performance.
Mm-hmm.
Dylan O'Brien's performance as a complete fucking scumbag that you want to see everything bad happen to.
Yes, Rachel, the goddess McAdams. Now, is it me, or does she just get hotter by the minute from the second she gets on the island? Like, she's dowdy office work, and literally the second she's on the island, she's like, oh, they've increased her hotness filter by about 30% already. Do you know what it is, though? It's the second Linda has a purpose in her life, her dowdy office look just falls away. But what was more impressive than her physical transformation was that she's just so damn competent. Like, before Bradley woke up from his first, I'm injured in a plane crash, she sorted out shelter, food, and water. And then he's still a dick about it. He's like, oh, well, have you tried making, a big fire? Have you tried,
Fuck you, Bradley. Fucking keeping you alive, you bitch. Fuck, nah, yeah.
What's that comment he says? Oh, yeah, the Susie... Oh, why are you playing
Susie
little
Homemaker,
Susie Homemaker?
Yeah.
Again, I asked the question, and I'll put this out with the episode as a tweet. Who wouldn't want to live on a beautiful desert island off the coast of Thailand with abundant fresh water, food, and Rachel McAdams? Where do I sign up?
Mm-hmm,
It's not a question, right?
With you saying, Rachel McAdams, with her physical performance at the very beginning of the film, and she's, meant to be unattractive. Come on.
Yeah,
you don't cast... how can you make Rachel McAdams unattractive? Anyway.
You put some tuna fish sandwich on her face.
Yeah, but even then, you're just let me get that for you, darling. It's... Or you're going to hyper-fixate on it, like that shot like Bradley does in that shot. But man, you do not feel for her at the beginning because she's clearly got nothing else going on. Work consumes her. She's been running for that promotion for ages. For what was it, 7 years, 8 years, something like that.
Yeah.
And Bradley, the little weasel, gets promoted to CEO, after the passing of his dad, so, doesn't deserve it, does absolutely nothing to deserve it.
Did you see the photo cameo on the background, or on the desk, I believe it was, of what actor is playing his dad?
I didn't know.
Well, of course, Sam Raimi film. Who is it?
Oh, was it from Evil Dead? Oh my God, I can't think of his name.
The Chin himself, Mr. Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, Bruce Campbell. Yeah.
That's his cameo in it.
Oh, that's good. I didn't see that. Well spotted. I wondered who was his dad. When was that? It was just on his desk, was it?
It's just a picture. It's just, I can't remember whether it's a picture on his desk or a picture on the wall in the office.
But he gives the promotion to Donovan Neal. Dude, I think Donovan's the ultimate douchebag because he right away at the beginning of the film, he takes credit for all of her work. Right?
He takes the Post-it note off and throws it in a bin.
Yeah, throws it in the bin after saying that she'll get the credit for it. And he just gets the credit for all of her work, does absolutely nothing. And you know what? That's business. Fuck that shit. Can't stand it. Little weasel.
Honestly, though, the speed with which McAdams takes to island life is just ridiculous. They have shelter, they have food, they have water. A few weeks down the line from that, she's making backpacks, she's making full-on sushi platters with sauce. I mean, this is paradise,
which is really tasty as well, those sushi platters. And all the fruit that she's getting as well.
Yeah.
Which I suppose we kind of now know where she was getting it from. Was she getting all of that from the house, or was she actually foraging that fruit?
She got the knife from the house.
Oh, yeah, we know that. But did she get the the fruit and everything that she was coming up with to make it all look really fancy?
She probably took it.
Did she actually forage that stuff?
Yeah, I mean,
Like
Linda's
the
got the
bananas
skills.
that she found, or the plantains, whatever they were. That was, I'd imagine, that was like she foraged that, and obviously we know she killed the boar. That was some good meat right there. Yeah, the rest of it, I'm thinking she just sort of stole it from the house.
The greatest Italian meal I've ever had in my life, David, was wild boar tortellini.
I couldn't tell you, mate. I've been vegetarian for 12 years. I've genuinely gotten to the point now where I've kind of forgotten what meat tasted like. I can remember, but it's been a while.
So for most of the film, we are so on Linda's side. She's a downtrodden woman standing up to all these horrific business bros. Absolutely. We even understand early on when she sees the rescue boat looking for them and she hides and she says to herself, not yet. And we're like, that's cool. You do you, Linda. You're enjoying the island. You're proving how awesome you are. I was like, this could even be a way to get that promotion when you come back and change Bradley's mind. And then he's like, oh, yeah, she saved my life. She's so good, blah, blah, blah. Brad.
Mm-hmm.
But we understand this is the first time she's felt like she's mattered and had a purpose, and she's getting to truly excel at everything she's learned and planned for her whole life by the looks of things. We even get that sympathetic backstory later on where we find out that she had an ex-husband who died, presumably in a drunk driving accident. And then it does take a little bit of a darker turn when she says, oh, yeah, I always took his keys away from him. But then this one time I just gave them to him and then he died. And so, but even then they kind of play it like, oh, but now she's sad and she kind of feels like she's directly responsible for it. Oh, poor Linda, to a point.
Yeah. You're jumping ahead a bit. You're jumping ahead in the story. You haven't even got to how they got to the island.
Oh, okay. Well, what did you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I want to talk about that. The plane crash, me and you, okay, are both not great flyers.
I have not flown in 14 years.
Yeah, you worse than me, 100%. But I don't like it either. I've got to be drugged to the eyeballs to go flying.
You need to go full Mr. T.
All the Valium. And then, but that was honestly, on screen, the most entertaining, funny, enjoyable plane crash I think I've ever watched.
Yeah, it wasn't too horrific. It was like, I was like, also, you know what it was? Is they were going down slowly, ish. Well, they were going down. They're definitely going to land in water. It's all fine.
It was funny, man. And it happened right as they were all taking the fucking piss out of her Survivor video that she created as an audition tape to try and get on Survivor, which was fucking well done. The production value she put onto that. I mean, I don't know what the casting people were thinking not having her. I'd have had her. I can't imagine everyone puts that much effort in.
And she had the skill. She was fighting that dude as well.
We know she'd have nailed it. Maybe she'd have just been too easy a winner. But I think we don't actually get Survivor in the UK, do we? Or it's not as big anyway, or really big at all in the UK. But
no, it's been on for 20 odd years in the States.
So this is where we need fucking Jose, the little bitch, to answer these questions, because I want to know, Survivor's more than just survival skills. I think there's a lot of interpersonal people skills. You got to really be able to
ritual
connect
sacrifice
with people. Yeah, but you got to connect with people and get saving and stuff like that. I think,
and then murder them.
I'm thinking that's where she'd have maybe struggled a bit. But
the skills, being popular, being voted in,
being
voted
popular,
out. But we don't know.
Yeah.
But we don't know the format of the show because we don't get it in the UK. So yeah, God damn it, Jose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, the plane crash is technically our first on-screen kind of kill. But again, because it's when Donovan's trying to grab her and pull him out with her. I don't know exactly what he was trying to do.
Just before that, the other one had already been sucked out of the plane.
Oh, yeah.
Chase, I think his name was, or something like that.
Such a douchey name.
The other douche, the third douche, he'd already been sucked out of the plane at that point.
The three douches.
And the bloke's there hanging on to her foot, is it? And he's give me your seat! Give me your seat! Like he's just going to get up and oh, here you go.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, the plane. I'll just get up. Yeah, here you go. Oh, yeah, have my seat because you missed an important VP.
And his tie gets wrapped around the door, doesn't it? So he hangs himself, and his
she stabs him first.
Yeah. And was it with a fork? And then his tie gets wrapped around the door, where the hole which has been sucked out of the plane, and his head's there flapping against the window. And she just closes the little window blind.
That was awesome.
It was so
McAdams,
funny.
She does have form with people and deaths connected to planes. Do you remember Game Night?
I don't remember that in
how?
Game. I liked Game Night, but I can't remember
Game
that
Night
scene.
is so good. Game Night is one of the best comedies of the last 10 years. I will go on record as saying that now. There's a bit where she stood next to the engine and a bad guy gets sucked into it, and she's like, oh no, he died. And it's the way she says it. The line reading is perfection.
I don't remember that at all.
If you find that GIF online, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Oh no, he died. And her going, oh. as he just gets sucked into an engine. It's superb. Let's talk about when Linda gets problematic. And I think it's probably the mock castration scene where you're like, oh shit, is she doing it? Is she not doing it? And then, of course, when Bradley's fiance turns up with a local boat guy and she just actually leads him into a trap and murders both of them. Of course, we're still not 100% sure she explicitly does this in the film.
I think she's problematic earlier than that, though.
No, but like really... Okay, where's your first sign of... Well, when she lies about the
When
boat?
she lies about seeing the boat, yeah. So they could have been saved like day 2. Is it? Day 1, day 2? And she sees the boat and she's like, oh, no, not yet. I'm having way too much fun here. Like,
but we're still on side with her. It's a red flag for sure, but we're still like, no, Linda's cool. Let's see Linda live her best life for a while.
After the end of the film, that's also when she discovered the house and everything else that's in the house. And she's still just like perfectly happy keeping Dylan as the island. And then I don't know whether she was actually fancying Dylan as well, or whether it was all just sort of like they wanted you to think they were fancying each other just to have like...
I think it's a bit of both. I think she mentions it when she's in a house by herself at the start of the film. Oh yeah, and we talked and he was very attractive. And then he's repulsed by her in the office.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I think when they get to the island, she's actually repulsed by him as a person. And then as she's getting hotter by the day,
she finally realised it that he was a repulsive person.
Yeah, but I did wonder whether he's playing with it, because there's that bit when he like goes for a nude bath in the sea, and he sees her checking him out. It's like, oh, are they going to try and have him manipulate her this way a little bit? And the bit where they're having a little cuddle in the cave because it's cold. I was like, are they going to go that way? But no, fair play.
I did think it was going to go that way. I thought it was going to go the, two people isolated on an island. They both have compatible sexual organs. Like, we know what's going to happen here. But it didn't.
Even when we assume she's killed his fiance, you're still not 100% because it cuts. And then you see her being all really sad and you're like, did she kill them? Or did they slip? Are they going to make us think she killed them? And then, they slipped, and we're going to see that flashback later on. But no, it's only at the end in the house when she's monologuing her evil plan to him that we see what happened. And then she fucking bashes them to the depths. And then we actually see it. And we're like, oh no, she bad. She evil bad. So we also then get her and Bradley's fight to the death. And that wonderful transition shot from her hitting him with the golf club to her playing golf at a celebrity tournament, where we find out that everything has worked out A-OK for our multiple murderer heroine.
Yeah. That's actually in my bad section. Not so much the cut to the swing ending. It's more like there's like so many loose questions that I want to know.
Well, save those.
How did she dispose of the bodies, Neil?
Save those till we get to the bad, David. Now, we talked about Dylan O'Brien's character being a dick, but let's talk about how great he is at being a dick. He's such a consistent douchebag throughout. Like, he's standard business bro at the start, but he just regresses to full whimpering man-child when he's on the...
He also has, I don't know whether he just plays it that way, or whether his face is just a face you want to punch. He's got a very punchable face.
I think it's specifically for this film, because if you remember, one of my favourite films from a few years back, when we first started doing the pod, was Love and Monsters, where he's the hero in it.
Oh yeah, and he doesn't have a punchable face in that film.
Doesn't have a punchable face.
He's always face in this film is made very punchable.
Yeah, you want to just punch it a lot. I love how he just can't cope with the shift in the power dynamics once he gets on the island. Like, he's really just a pathetic little boy, and you honestly wonder how far Linda's going to push him. Is she going to push him too far?
I just remembered the first scene where he challenges that power dynamic, and he's just like, I don't need you. I'm going to go off and I'm going to make my own island with blackjack and hookers. And then he wanders off.
Does he say any of those things?
That's what Bender says, isn't it, in Futurama? With blackjack and hookers. But forget the hookers. Anyway, so yeah, when he wanders off and he's there trying to make his own thing, and it's just this pathetic attempt. And he only manages to wander 2 feet away because of his broken leg or whatever, his injured leg, whatever.
Then a storm comes in, doesn't it, and just whooshes it away straight away.
Yeah. It was
the first of the storms.
I don't even know whether it was a storm or just like a brisk wind, you know.
A standard day in England. Yeah. So going in, I actually thought from the trailer, there's that line in the trailer where Linda goes, I never want to leave, and does that crazy laugh. And I was like, oh, okay. From the trailer, I see where this is going. It's going to be the Bradley redemption arc. Linda's going to love it. She's not going to want to leave, as that line suggests. And I was expecting her to go full psycho killer, which she does. But then I was expecting Bradley to have some kind of awakening where we begin to root for him. And as she goes full Island Wild, and then we're just starting to feel sympathy for him and he's going to turn it around. But no, right as that happens, he drugs her and then tries to flee on a shitty raft.
Like immediately. It's just
immediately, the first chance he gets.
You did think, yeah, they played that really well. Like they played that turn that he's like, oh, he's finally getting it. You know, he's enjoying the food. They're having a great laugh with each other. You know, he's not like this prisoner to her. He's actually getting the survival of it all. And then like out of nowhere, it's like she starts choking on a drink that he gives her, which was established earlier. Little berries. Was that a Chekhov's berry? Was it? Maybe?
Chekhov's berry, yeah. Well, and you realise as well that the whole way through, despite how bad Linda's behaviour is, Bradley pretty much deserves everything that happens to him. And when you realise that the whole way through it, even when he's being nice, he's bullshitting her the whole time, which is why, and we'll talk about it later, I do think the ending works. I was like, yeah, I'm happy with that. No one came out of the film going, oh, poor Bradley. Everyone was like, yeah, fucker, he got what he deserved. And also, the worst single thing about him, it's the worst on-screen laugh I've heard since Seth Rogen.
What's his laugh? I can't remember.
Oh, his laugh is so annoying in it. It works perfectly. It's just it's such a cocky little twat of a laugh. Honestly, I thought you were going to mention it, man. Like his laugh is so annoying.
I don't remember it. To be fair, my laugh, I hate my own laugh. So when I hear my own laugh, like on the podcast, and I hear myself laughing, I want to kill myself because it's so annoying.
That's a little bit extreme.
Maybe I just want to punch myself in the face because my laugh's so annoying.
In the throat, that might dislodge something. One other thing we got to talk about on The Good David, and that, of course, as it's the directing, with Sam Raimi heading back for his first horror film since, I believe it was Drag Me to Hell, which, again, everyone loves Drag Me to Hell as well. You know, give Sam Raimi a modest budget, and he just knocks it out of the park. I mean, give him a big budget, he knocks it out of the park. You know,
40 million this film's budget was apparently.
40, yeah, love it. Well, you didn't have a lot of actors to worry about. It's like
a lot of actors, pretty much like 2 locations,
and gallons of blood, gore, and pig mucus.
Bit of CGI with the crash and the boar.
Speaking of the boar, we get Raimi's classic POV zooming shot. Do you remember in the original Evil Dead, he basically, I think it was like some kind of lawnmower that he stuck a camera on and just like raced around on it to get those like
There's a pole,
shots in the woods.
It? Attached it to the top of a pole, and then
attached it to the top of the pole, and then they had a brick on the end of it to smash the window when the camera goes through the window in that shot back in the day. But obviously he can do it with CGI now. But it's still nice to see that really nice POV shot coming through. And Linda's look after the fight they have, where she's got like the dodgy eye, where he's tried to gouge her eye out. She just looks so much like a deadite. But the single most deadite moment, I think, of the whole film, and this was one of the funniest moments of the whole film, where people were mixed between, oh, that's really funny, to, oh, this is turning my stomach. Oh, that's really funny. Oh, no, too much. But it's funny. The puking scene, when he tries to escape on his raft, and like a knobhead, he gets washed back and he's laying there, again, left for dead. And Linda, poor Linda, just shaking herself out of a berry-ridden stupor, crawls over to him, and she tries to give him mouth-to-mouth, except she's still poisoned a little bit, so she vomits all over him. And then tries to give him a bit of mouth-to-mouth.
Oh, I had to watch that.
And then she vomits all over.
I was like this watching it. I had to put my hand over my face. I had to block my eyes just a tiny bit to shield myself from it.
Dude, it was disgusting and hilarious
a little bit
at the
with
same
that
time, wasn't it?
It was. And you know what? That was another great bit where the audience just made that, because you could hear half of them going like, a little bit.
Dude, we could have had a full-on Stand By Me moment there.
The jump scare as well of the air stewardess, I think it was, in the plane. That if you were to just take the screenshot of the jump scare alone, or just to see that, you'd know it was from a Sam Raimi film, right? You could tell by like the framing of it, the makeup of it. Just there was quite a few little like tells in there that made you think, oh, that's a Sam Raimi film. You know, like how you can tell, oh, that's a James Wan jump scare or some. You know, you could sort of just tell, and I liked that as well.
Well, and then we had the biggest one of the whole film, which is the one on the beach, when again, you're not sure whether it's really real or happening or not. So we've assumed at this point that she has killed them, or they've fallen to their deaths.
Killed the girlfriend,
guy,
and
the fiance, Zuri. And then you see her crawling out of the sea in the middle of the night, and you're like, oh shit, is she alive? Is this a dream? Because it is at night, and dreams always happen at night. So I was a bit like, and then obviously, yeah, she kind of goes a bit full deadite as well, doesn't she?
She swipes her with the torch, and she sort of vanishes, and then she's like, and then bam,
bang,
scary lady behind you. Yeah. Ben, honest to Christ, he jumped out of his skin. I mean, I never really jump like during jump scares. I do like a little internal jump, like my pectorals or my flabby man boobs might go a bit like that. You know, they might tense a little bit, but that. Yeah, Ben next to me was so funny. Another great thing for me. So the girlfriend, how the ring, the fiance's ring was used to establish like
the hand. Yeah.
So not just the hand scene. So again, it was established really on in the film that they were engaged, and she had this ridiculously enormous, expensive diamond ring. And when she finds Linda, the first thing Linda sees is the glint coming from the fiance's ring, almost like a lighthouse beacon coming from this ring. And then the ring's used again so Dylan O'Brien can see her little claw hanging out, and so that it knows that it was the fiance that was there. It's just cleverly done. I like the use of this ring and how you could, for each character to have their own way of identifying the person before they actually saw them.
There is only one ring to rule them all.
I have it over there.
The actual one ring.
The safekeeping, yeah.
I mean, yeah, don't get that thing out, man, because, you know, the ring rapes will be after you. Yeah.
This is it. Can you read the words on it? Boom.
We want it.
There you go.
Fat hobbitses. I might have just watched the Lord of the Rings trilogy in cinemas the last 3 weeks in a row and loved them more and more every time.
It's my burden to bear, Neil.
You do kind of have a Frodo vibe about you, David. You do have a Frodo vibe.
There was a kid in school that used to bully me by calling me Frodo every day.
And he was like, that's not an insult.
He was a bit of a cunt.
Anyways, speaking of bad things, let's move on to the bad. And, well, we really struggled here to find bad things in this film. I guess one minor nitpick for me, and it's not even really... It's more like a breadcrumb of a hint of where we know the story's going to go. And it's early on when they're exploring the island. She's like, oh, it's just all like thorn bushes over there. See where that big X is? Definitely don't go there. X literally marks the spot because we know, as we know later on, that's where the giant house is and like the boats coming back and forth bringing people and the staff and all that kind of stuff. Like you mentioned before we started recording, David, you was just like, yeah, but we're supposed to know it's obvious to us. It's just Bradley being a dipshit, not realising that that's where he's supposed to go. And yeah, Bradley is a dipshit.
Oh, there's poison vines over there. Definitely don't go that side of the island. But we never see these poison vines.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like pretty obvious to the viewer that there is something over there that she doesn't want Bradley to see and that we're not meant to know, but we do know.
And at that point, you just like, my first thought when that scene occurred, I was like, there's going to be a fucking resort right there, isn't it? Like, there's going to be, going to be like this, like the village twist at the end where they're like, oh, and it's right there. And it was, but obviously they did something cool and original with it as well. Now, I did see some people complain that the hero, because Rachel McAdams, because again, my whole theory of, oh, is Dylan O'Brien going to have a redemption arc? Well, no. So I thought the endings was going to be a couple of different things. I thought Bradley is going to kill her to save himself after she goes too far when he's trying to get off the island and he realizes she wants to stay. I literally thought this is what it's going to be. And I thought then he gets rescued and he comes home one of two ways. Either after surviving by himself and he's just like, he might have changed and he's like, oh yes, Linda saved me. I owe everything to Linda. Or he could have gone that way and like actually changed as a human being. Or they could have gone the darker ending where, yeah, bitch was crazy and she tried to murder me and I escaped. I don't know what happened to her, but yeah, she's crazy. Or she could have just said, I don't know what happened to her. I saved myself and not even mention her, which would have been the cruelest one as well.
I think the third one would have worked really well. So it was like the exact beginning of the film where the Donovan takes all the credit for her work, but at the end of the film, he would have taken all the credit for her survival skills. So everyone thinks that he's this like amazing survivor.
No, yeah, that would be a super dark ending. That's like the Promising Young Woman ending, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think some people complained that having a hero be like really morally reprehensible, because, you know, she does kill kind of 3.5 people in it, because like the first guy, he was gone anyway, but she did stab him to get him flying out. Then she kills the fiance and the boat guy. And then also, it sounds like by proxy, she did kill her
The
ex-husband as well.
fiance and the boat guy, I think, were the only ones where you're a bit like, that doesn't,
They didn't
they didn't deserve it. Yeah, I mean, if anything, the fiance was doing a stand-up job. She was looking for her fiance for like ever. After people had given up the search in that area, all that jazz, she was still holding out hope, but she was still looking, and
yeah, fair play. She deserved that ring.
She didn't deserve to go out that way, but Linda had her own motives, and you know what? Linda was my girl at the end of it, so I'm fully support her decisions. One of my negative points, though, was that ending. So the golf club swing to Dylan's face, cutting into the golf club swing at like some beach where she's getting, playing golf, and she's famous now. Blah, blah, blah.
A celebrity.
That's fine. I don't have an issue with that, but I would have liked some more clarity over like, okay, so how did she dispose of the body in the house? Did she just do a massive cleanup job? How does she explain a bunch of like the damage that's happened in the house? How does she, or is that person just going to come back and then just going to see the damage and wonder how that happened? The
credit scene, couldn't it?
Yeah, like the raft saving stuff. Like so she went out and got saved on the raft. Was that just pure luck, or did she plan it, everything? Like, what did she do with the rest of the bodies? So there would have been 3 bodies that she would have needed to have disposed of. Like, how did she
buried on the
dispose of
beach?
them? Yeah, but like, where, how? Like, I think the main thing with the house and how the house had loads of recording devices as well. So like,
yeah, but she had access to them all.
Yeah, so did she just wipe it all and then like?
Linda is from strategy and planning, David. She knows what she's doing.
So I work in strategy and transformation. I know. Don't fuck with me.
Definitely not gonna pass you over for any promotions.
So if we get stuck on a bloody desert island, I'm the one. I'm the man.
There is no way you and me are ever going to get on the same plane.
Yeah, man, I'm in strategy. That's legitimately the team, the wider team I'm in, strategy and transformation.
Whereas my team is, we'll fix it in post.
Which is just you. A team of Neil.
Right, David. I'll tell you one thing that wasn't nice in the film, though, because you were saying about it being a nice time, and that is my what the fuck. And it is the castration scene.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh. So after Bradley's tried to escape by poisoning her, and then she saved his life again, he wakes up and he's tied to some twigs, and he can't move. She's used the berries back on him again.
No, it wasn't the berries. It was an octopus. Little octopus venom or something like. So I can't remember, but yeah. But he was just like, she was like, "Oh, don't worry about it, mate. It's fine." Like, happens all the time. I don't know why I went Australian there. It happens all the time.
Spoony.
Yeah, don't worry about it, mate. Like, here you go.
Worries.
Like, have this octopus, completely normal. Like, nothing. Don't worry about it. Just have a little nibble of that. You'll feel much better, and then we'll laugh about it in the future.
No whacking flurries, mate.
He does. Yeah, no, he did not enjoy that octopus.
I mean, I'm not a seafood fan anyway.
And he's acting there as well. Like, the deadpan face, and he's just there, like, petrified, because he can move his eyes, but all the muscles are frozen.
That is the second best Frozen in Terror performance I have seen since, what film? About a year ago. Your film of the year, David.
Nosferatu?
Nicholas Hoult, when he's in the castle.
Oh, yeah.
Pure terror. This was like, I was like, oh, he's reaching Hoult levels here.
It was very good.
But then she produces a knife, and you're like, oh, shit. And now, did you think she was actually doing it?
She's talking about, so the reason why we think he's castrating him, not only because you see her remove his pants, but she talks about castrating a dog or a cat or something, and then, like, oh, so we had to get rid of his testicles. And then, so she's like planting the seed into his head and the audience's head that's what she's doing. And then you just see the blood squirt, and she's like, oh, we got a bleeder. Oh, whilst he's there thinking he ain't got no balls no more. It's a very simple procedure, Neil. Ask Cheddar. Poor Cheddar.
Your dog's still angry about it, I believe.
It did not help.
It did not help. He's still angry. He holds a grudge. Did you think she was actually doing it or not, though?
I did, yeah. I thought she was doing it, yeah.
So they completely sold that. And then what has she butchered down below? Was it like a...
It was a rat.
It was a rat, that was it. Which, again, great. Oh, I'm butchering a rat, but you're the real rat. And, of course, David, you're what the fuck? It has to be.
It's got to be the boar kill. The boar kill, where she sees the tracks, and we hear the boar, we can see the boar in the bushes, And then the boar comes for her, and it's a fucking feral boar. This boar is after her. This boar clearly hasn't seen a human in a very long time, and it wants to taste human flesh. Okay. It guns for her, and she ain't there. She's got a stick with a point at the end. She's not messing about. She tricks the boar, puts her clothing on the floor. The boar's having a sniff, and just pummels it like Supergirl style from the trees, like bam. Ah, that was so good. Blood all over her. After she's decapitated this boar, chucks his head to Dylan O'Brien, covered in blood, and he's just like.
And she was on the sign. I think I like this hunting. I think I'm good at this. Yeah, you are. You're brilliant at it.
That's the first. I think that's the first moment where Dylan's like, "Yeah, fuck." Who was this person?
Who has severed a wild boar's head? And I mean, hey, they had pork on like their second day or third day there, man. That's good.
Best meat ever, apparently.
Right. Well, David, I also asked for comments late as always, but I got two, and from two people we've heard from recently as well. First off, Lloyd Dean from Oral Frame on Substack said, "Thank you, Mr. Raimi, for another intrusive thought ahead of my next flight."
Yeah, but it was an enjoyable flight crash, man. You know, like
if you're going to go on a flight, that's you're near a desert island, you can swim to shore. I'm quite a good swimmer, so yeah, I'd be okay. I'd be okay there. I can McAdams my way from the plane wreckage to the island. I'd be okay. And then we had Stu from Stu World Order.
I hope Stu liked it. You never know what you're going to get from Stu.
I was about to say, what did you think? 'Cause Stu is very contrary sometimes.
I think he liked it.
Stu said on Twitter, "McAdams is a treasure as always, and she really makes the whole movie work. I'm not sure I love the heel turn they pull with her in the third act, but she sells it so well, I was still into it." Do you need me to explain what a heel turn is for you, David?
No, I know. It's a wrestling term. I know a heel.
It's a wrestling term. Well, of course, because Stu writes for 411 Mania as well, which is a wrestling and general entertainment website as well. So, yeah, I was like, if people don't know, a heel turn is when the good guy becomes a bad guy. There you go. Well, that is all the time we have on this week's episode of Boar Hunting with Neil and David. Remember to leave us a comment and engage with us on any of our socials. Be a Linda, not a Bradley. David, tell us about your inappropriate social media handle.
They can check me out on... check out my long.d at bluesky.com. That's... you can find me. I'm also on Instagram, which is the main one, which is at We Needed Roads on Instagram. Which is normal, a completely normal one. And long.d is just my name, just to clarify.
Mm-hmm.
Not because I'm going to stop.
Stop it. And if you want more We Needed Roads nonsense, you can find us everywhere. We're on Twitter at Needed Roads, Instagram at We Needed Roads, and TikTok at We Needed Roads Podcast. And you can follow me personally at Neil_Gregory78 on Instagram and Threads as well, where weirdly I get loads of engagement on Threads. So go and say hello to us over there. David, last month on Threads with our multiple cinema trips, I had 30,000 views, which is nice. I like it. People interact. And people aren't douchebags over there. Come to Threads, people. The Threadolution. Is that a word?
Maybe I should go to Threads.
Maybe you should.
Maybe my once a month post should be on Threads instead of Blue Sky. But I ain't got the long.d on Threads.
Your commitment is about as good as Jose's and Marie's, to be fair, this year, David. Well, we've been We Needed Roads, and we'll be back before you can say, David, we're not in the office anymore. Except you kind of are, because you work from home. So it didn't work. It would have worked if Jose was here. God damn it, Jose.
Fucking Jose, the letdown.
Fucking Jose.
We Needed Roads.
What are you looking at, butthead?